Hi everyone. In this channel, Crazy Math 720, today I am going to share with you some shortcuts which will be useful for you to write your aptitude test. I have chosen the topic variation, and you can see on the slide how many times I have written no formulas. So in this session, you need not by heart any formulas, and I am going to give you some shortcuts to solve the questions in a very quick manner. So you will be able to solve a wide range of problems using this variation concept. Say for example, distance, speed, time, profit and percent, loss percent, GST, tax, etc. In this session, you are going to have 15 solved sums, no formulas, only shortcuts, and 15 practice sums. And these 15 practice sums, you can do it in 5 minutes. The objectives is to solve the quantitative aptitude questions on profit and loss, tax, GST, percentage, etc. without formulas using shortcut methods. Before going into the problems, we are going to see the concept of direct variation and inverse variation. Now, in direct variation, if one number increases, so does the other and vice versa. So just look at the cursor. If you have two variables x and y, if x variable increases, y also increases. If x decreases, y also decreases. That is, simultaneously x and y will increase and simultaneously x and y will decrease. Now you have some examples for direct variation. I have taken two variables, money and ice creams. If you have more money, you can buy more ice creams. And if you have less money, you can buy only less ice creams. One more example of work and men. If you have more work, you have to engage more men. And if you have less work, you can engage less men. So more work, more men. Less work, less men. So it comes under direct variation. Now inverse variation, if one number increases, the other decreases and vice versa. That is, if the variable x increases, the variable y decreases. And if the variable x decreases, the variable y increases. And that is called inverse variation. Now I am giving you two examples for this. I have taken speed and time. If you ride your bike with more speed, you will take less time to reach the place. If you ride your bike with less speed, you will take more time to reach the place. So more speed, less time, less speed, more time. This comes under inverse variation. Now another example for inverse variation is distance and brightness. Now looking at the picture, you will know more the distance, the brightness is less, and less the distance, brightness is more. So this is one example for inverse variation. Now coming to these three variables, distance, speed and time. Depending on the two variables you choose, it comes under direct variation or inverse variation. For example, if I take speed and distance, for more speed, I can travel more distance. Less speed, I can travel only less distance. So it comes under direct variation. Time and distance, if I have more time, I can travel more distance. If I have less time, I can travel only less distance. So this comes under direct variation. Whereas when I take speed and time, more speed, less time, less speed, more time. So it comes under inverse variation. Now coming to the tips, I already told you that I am not giving you any formulas. I am only giving you some shortcuts. So once you know that it is direct variation or inverse variation, you have to remember this. If it is direct variation, you just write the two variables x, y and write the values a, b, c, d which will be given in the word problem and simply put an x in between. And I'll tell you what to do with the x. Simply one x in between. Whereas if it is inverse variation, the same way you write the two variables x and y, you write a, b, c, d, the values from the word problems and simply put two straight lines. And I'll tell you what to do with the straight lines. So if it is direct, put an x. If it is inverse, put two straight lines. Coming to the graph of direct variation and inverse variation. If it is direct variation, the graph will look like this. Now you can see the x and y values. X 1, 2, 3, 4 increases and y 30, 60, 90, 120. That also increases. So your graph will look like this, a straight line in between x and y axis. Inverse variation, you have x values 2, 3, 4, 5 increasing, whereas y is decreasing 120, 80, 60, 48. Y is decreasing. So the inverse variation graph will be just a curve like this. Now let's go to simple problems, direct variation. The cost of 10 pence is rupees 150. What is the cost of 25 pence? So I am writing the two variables pence and cost. More pence I have to pay more, so it is direct variation. Now pence, I'm just filling the values. 10 pence cost 150, 25 pence cost how much? So how much, I put a question mark. Okay. Now, as we discussed, for direct variation, I'm just putting an x in between. And what I do with the x is, the two connected numbers 25 and 150 will come in the numerator. I multiply these two values. And the single number 10 will come in the denominator. I repeat, the two connected numbers will come in the numerator, and that one single number will come in the denominator, and you get the answer 375 rupees. So you can note this, the paired two numbers in the numerator and the single number in the denominator. This is our shortcut. But how you write in the exam is, you don't have to write everything because time is more important. So you just write these four. 10, 150, 25, how much? Only the three numbers and the question mark. And if it is direct, put an X. The two connected numbers in the numerator and the one single number in the denominator, and you get rupees 375. And one more tip is, you can guess the answer. That is, this 0 and this 0 will get cancelled and you are left with 25 and 15. So the answer will definitely not end with 0. So this 270 is ruled out, 400 is ruled out. So 25 into 15 will not give a number ending with 8. So this is also ruled out. The only possible answer is 375 rupees. So if you are going to do this way, you will definitely not take more than a minute's time. And after practice, you will only take 30 seconds to finish one problem. 15 men are needed to paint 45 walls. How many men are required to paint 3 walls? So I am just writing the two variables, men and walls. More men can paint more walls, so direct variation. And then I am writing the values 15, 45, 3 and question mark. And this question mark will not come in the right side always. The previous sum you got it in the right side. And this problem, since I have to find out how many men, I have the question mark here. Now put an x in between the two connected numbers 15 and 3 in the numerator, that one single number 45 in the denominator, and the answer is 1 day. The time taken to cover a distance of 150 kilometers in a car is 3 hours. What is the time taken to cover 810 kilometers? So I write the two variables, distance and time. More distance will take more time, so direct variation. And I am writing the values 153, 810, how much? I am putting an x in between the two connected numbers 8, 10 and 3 in the numerator and one single number in the denominator. Here again you can notice that I am not using the distance formula also. Distance equal to speed into time, speed equal to distance by time, or time equal to distance by speed. I am not using that. I am only using the shortcut, and I am getting the answer 16, 3 by 5, 15 hours. But mostly the answers will not be given as fractions. So I need to convert this 3 by 15 into minutes. So the answer is 3 by 15 multiplied by 60, because you know that 1 hour equal to 60 minutes. This 15 goes in 64 times, and 4 into 3 is 12. So the answer is 16 hours and 12 minutes. Now you have your practice terms, 5 minutes, 5 sums, and if you use these techniques, you will not take more than 30 seconds for a problem. So you can take a screenshot of this. You can take a screenshot of this problem, and then the screenshot of the answers also, and you can practice and see how long you take to do the problems. Now in this, I would like to explain two problems for you. The cost of pizza varies directly as the square of its radius. If the pizza of radius 6 inch costs rupees 30, how much should a pizza with 11-inch radius cost. Now what you have to note down in this is the cost of pizza varies directly as the square of its radius. That is why I have highlighted that square of the radius. So the moment you see the problem, you will write 6, 30, 11 how much, which will be wrong. It is 6 to the power of 2 because square of radius. So it is 6 square 30 and 11 square how much. So 36 hyphen 30 121 hyphen question mark, and the answer will be 121 into 30 divided by 36. That is how you have to do. Please note down all these words, statements, so that you will not go wrong. And the last sum is the cost of 100 mathematics books is 18,000. What is the cost of 75 books less? The cost of 100 mathematics books is 18,000. What is the cost of 25 books less? So cost of 25 books less, meaning I have to find out for 75 books. So these are the statements which you have to know, you have to read carefully so that you will not make any mistakes. These are the answers. So you can take a screenshot of these answers also then to check later. A simple problem, inverse variation. If 32 men can reap a field in 15 days, in how many days can 20 men reap the same field? So men and days are the two variables. More men, less days. So it is inverse. Now I am just writing the values 32, 15, 20, how much. So for inverse, already we have discussed that it is just two straight lines. And the two connected numbers 32 and 15 will come in the numerator, and the single number 20 comes in the denominator, and you have 24 days as the answer. I repeat, find out if it is direct or inverse. This problem is inverse. So you just put two straight lines in between and the two connected numbers in the numerator, one single number in the denominator, and you get the answer in 24 days. And in the exam, how you write is just 1, 2, 3, 4. The three numbers and the question mark so that you can multiply and get the answer quickly. Here again, you can guess the answer. 5 into 2 is 10, 0. That 0 and this 0 will get cancelled. So you will not get an answer ending with 0. And this is how you guess the answer. A hostel has enough food for 125 students for 16 days. How long will the food last if 75 more students join them? Now you can see that I have highlighted the 75 more. These are the places where you will go wrong. A hostel has enough food for 125 students for 16 days. So I'm just writing the two variables, students and days. 125 students and 16 days. More students, we can serve food for less days, and less students, we can serve food for more days, and this is inverse. So I'm just writing the values 125 and 16. Here, please don't forget to write 125 plus 75 because it is 75 more students. So this is 200 here and a question mark. So again, two straight lines and 125 into 16, the two connected numbers in the numerator and one single number in the denominator, and you get the answer 10 days. If 12 men can finish a piece of work in 66 days, how long will 24 men take to finish the work? So here, men and days, it is inverse. I'm just filling the values, two straight lines, the two connected numbers in the numerator, one single number in the denominator, and you get the answer 33 days. Ramu drives his car at a speed of 40 kilometers per hour. He reaches his destination in 3 hours. If he wants to reach the destination in 2 hours, what should be his speed? So I'm just writing speed and time, the two variables. More speed, less time. So it is inverse. So I'm filling the values 43 to how much, and the two straight lines connect 40 and 3. So 40 into 3 divided by the single number 2, and I get the answer 60 kilometers per hour. And here, these kind of problems, you have to notice one thing. The question is what should be his speed, and the answer is 60 kilometers per hour, right? Whereas, if the question is what should be his increased speed, just one word extra, increased speed, then currently I am driving at 40 kilometers per hour. I am increasing the speed to 60 kilometers per hour. So the difference 60 minus 40, 20 kilometers per hour will be the answer. So in a multiple choice question, 60 kilometers will be one of the answers and 20 kilometers per hour will also be one of the answers. The moment you compute and get 60 kilometers per hour, you will directly go to the answer and tick 60 kilometers per hour, which is not right. So once you get the answer, please look at the question once again and see if you are writing the correct answer. Problems with three variables. If 12 women can make 60 garlands in 15 hours, how many garlands can 15 women make in 3 hours? See how many variables are there. Women is one variable, garlands one variable, time is one variable. So what I do is women, garlands and hours. I am writing all the three variables. Then I will see if it is direct or inverse. So women, more garlands, direct. So I put an X here. More garlands, more time, I put direct variation, and that is again X. So I am filling the values 12, 60 and 5. How many garlands is question mark? 15 and 3. So see that you write the values, the numbers in the right places. Then since it is direct, I am putting an X here. Here again direct, I am putting an X here. Then the previous problems, you were looking out for two connected numbers. But here you have to look out for three connected numbers. So where are the three connected numbers? 15, 60 and 3. And these three connected numbers will come in the numerator. 12 and 5 will not be connected numbers because in between you have a question mark. So out of 3, 1 is missing. So the three connected numbers is 15, 60 and 3. So these three numbers will come in the numerator and that one single number will come, two numbers will come in the denominator and you get 45 garlands. I repeat, the three connected numbers in the numerator and 1, 12 and 5, the two numbers will come in the denominator and you get 45 garlands. I am giving you another method for you because I cannot expect everyone to write in the same order. So anybody who writes in this order, women, hours and garlands. Women, hours and garlands. Now, the answer will not be wrong because of the order, provided you write this inverse and direct properly. Now, taking women and time, more women, less time. Less women, more time. So this is inverse. So I just put two straight lines here. Time and garlands, more time, more garlands, less time, less garlands. So it is direct. I put an X here. Now 1, 2, 3, these three numbers are connected. Now look at the numbers already written, the same three numbers only comes here. And the left out two numbers 12 and 5 comes in the denominator. So whichever order you follow, the numbers will not change. The set of numbers you multiply and divide will not change and the answer is the same, 45 garlands. And you can think about another order which is time first, women, then garlands, or time first, garlands and then time. Even then your answer will not go wrong. Now you have practice sums, 5 minutes 5 sums. You can just take a screenshot of this and then start working and see that you don't take more than half a minute for each problem. And you can take a screenshot of the answers too and verify your answers. Now coming to profit and loss, profit percentage kind of problems without formulas. Divya made a profit of 25% when selling a dress at rupees 4,000. Find the cost price of the same dress. Now you would have used formulas like selling price equal to cost price into 100 divided by 100 plus profit percent, or cost price into 100 divided by 100 minus loss percent, etc. Now we are not going to use any formula, so don't bother about by hearting or memorizing the formulas. Now you are using the same shortcut here. Now the cost price and selling price are the two variables. More the cost price, more the selling price, and direct variation. Now here I am assuming that the cost price is 100 rupees. So if the cost price is 100 rupees, the selling price is 125. Why 125? 100 plus 25%. So 125. If the selling price is 4,000, what would be the cost price? So the same X the two connected numbers in the numerator, one single number in the denominator, and you get the answer 3200. The marked price of a ceiling fan is rupees 1250 and the shopkeeper allows a discount of 6% on it. Find the selling price of the fan. So you must know what is a marked price. The cost price is the price for which I buy something and I hike the price, I increase the price and put it on the tag, which is my marked price. And on the marked price, I allow some discount and sell it, and that becomes my selling price. So marked price, I assume it to be 100. Selling price is 94. Why 94? 100 minus discount 6%. So it is 94. Now this it is direct. So I put an X in between the two connected numbers on top and one single number below. So I get the answer as 1175. So one thing you must remember is if it is discount you subtract, if it is profit you add, if it is loss you subtract, and if it is tax, income tax you add, if it is GST also you add. It is purchased for 400 rupees and sold for rupees 500. Find the gain percent. Now I assume the cost price is 100 again here. So if the cost price is 400, the selling price is 500. If the cost price is 100, what is the selling price? The same X, two connected numbers in the top numerator and one single number in the denominator, you get 125 rupees. But the question is to find gain percent. So what is bought for 100 rupees is sold for 125 and the difference 25 rupees is the profit. But since I am finding it out for 100 rupees, the same 25 will be your 25% profit also. I repeat, what I am buying for 100 is sold for 125. So 25 rupees difference is the profit. And since I am finding out for 100, that 25% is the profit percent. What is the amount of sales tax on a suit priced rupees 2249 if the sales tax rate is 12%? So cost price 100, selling price 112. Why 112? 100 plus 12% tax. So if the cost price is 2249, what is the selling price? So I find out the same technique and I get 2518.88. And the moment you see the answer there, please don't pick that. Before that, you go to the question. What is the amount of sales tax? So this is not the answer. This is the selling price. So the amount of sales tax is 2518.88 minus 2249, which is 269.88. So carefully tick this 269.88 as the answer. What is the marked price of paneer per kg if the selling price inclusive of 5% GST is rupees 336? So I assume the marked price as 100, selling price 105. What is 105? Why 105? 100 plus 5% GST is 105. If the selling price is 336, what is the marked price? The same technique, 336 into 100 by 105, and I get the answer as 320 rupees. If a retailer marks up his price by 30% and then allows a discount of 30%, what is his percentage profit or loss? So this kind of problem you will use 3 times formula: 30% one formula, another 30% discount one formula, and the overall profit or loss percent one formula. Here we are going to use the same shortcut and no single formula here. If a retailer marks up his price, meaning I increase the price by 30% and put it on the tag. On the tag price, I give 30% discount. So coming to the solution, I assume the cost price as 100. I'm increasing the price by 30%. I'm hiking the price by 30%. So the marked price, the price on the tag is rupees 130. On that, I am giving 30% discount. So what is the selling price? So same technique I am using. If the marked price is 100, selling price is 70 after discount. If the marked price is 130, what is the selling price? So the same X, 130 into 70 by 100, I get 91 rupees. So what I am buying for 100 rupees, I am selling for 91 rupees. So the difference of 9 rupees is my loss. And since I am calculating on 100, that itself becomes my loss percentage and 9% loss. I repeat, Cost price is 100. I increase the price by 30%, so it becomes 130. On this, I am giving 30% discount, which I am calculating like this. If it is 100 on the tag, I sell it for 70. If it is 130 rupees on the tag, what will I sell for? And that calculation comes to 91. And 100 minus 91, 9 rupees is my loss, and 9% is loss percentage. The last problem, a real estate agent sells two sites for 18,000 each. On one he gains 25% and on the other he loses 25%. What is his loss or gain percent? So this again you can see, if you have to use formula, you will use three formulas, and now with a shortcut I'm not going to use a single formula. There are two lands sold for 18,000 rupees each. So what I do is just a rough figure in the corner of the page I will put like this. The first land selling price is 18,000. The second land selling price is 18,000. So the cost price of the first land I have to find out. The cost price of the second land I have to find out. And you know the land 1 25% profit and land 2 I am losing 25%. So how do I find out the cost price? If the cost price of the land is 100, I sell it for 125 rupees. Why 125? 25% profit. If the selling price is 18,000, what is the cost price? So the same X, 100 into 18,000 divided by 125, and I get the answer as 14,400. Now coming to the second land. Cost price of the second land is 100 is the cost price. I sell it for 75 rupees. Why 75? Because 25% loss. And if I sell it for 18,000 rupees, what is the cost price? So 100 into 18,000 by 75, and I get 24,000 rupees. Now what is the total cost price? That is cost price of the first land plus cost price of the second land. It is 38,400. And what is the total selling price? 18,000 rupees plus 18,000 rupees, which is 36,000 rupees. Obviously, the loss is rupees 2,400. Now, coming to the loss percentage, because that is what is asked in the question. So, the same technique I am using again. If the cost price is 38,400, the loss is 2,400. If the cost price is 100, what is the loss? So the same X technique, 100 into 2,400 by 38,400, I get 6.25%. So I'm not using any formula anywhere. 6.25% is the total, the loss percentage for the overall transaction. Now 5 minutes, 5 sums. You can take a screenshot of this and the answers and check whether you get it correctly. In this, now the first sum percentage, 10% opted for language Hindi. So this also you can use the same technique. A tradesman marks his goods 25% above the cost price and allows his customers 12% reduction on their bills. What percentage profit does he make? So this problem I will tell you how to do it. A tradesman marks his goods 25% above the cost price. So what I do is, I assume the cost price as 100, then 25% increased, so it becomes 125. The mark price is 125. So on this, he is giving 12% discount. So I calculate it in the same way I usually do. So if it is 100, I sell it at 88. 100 minus 12%. And if the mark price is 125, what is the selling price? So 125 into 88 by 100, I get 110 rupees. So this 100 and this 110 I will compare. Cost price is 100, selling price is 110, and I get a 10% profit in this transaction. That is all. Otherwise, you should have used the formula 2 times, but I am not using any formula. Cost price is 100, tag price is 125. If the tag price is 125, what is the selling price? I get 110, and I compare cost price and selling price, and I get 10% profit, and that is all that we do. You can take a screenshot of this answer and then check whether you get it right. And if you are going to use the shortcut and the tips I have told, you can definitely solve the problems in very less time, and you can clear your aptitude test successfully. My best wishes for you. If you like this video, if you like this YouTube channel, please share it with your friends and subscribe to the channel. Thank you.